quite a nice day today, 6th of December, so only a few more weeks and we'll be into yet another year, 2025. But before 2024 ends, I would like to be able to find a late Leiobunum sp.A on the walls of Worksop Priory here. It's more than possible, despite the fact that we have had some snow and a few cold nights. They are proving to be quite tough individuals, and we do have records in Nottinghamshire into the new year. I last came here at the end of September. I'm surprised it's been so long. So I've got half an hour or so to spare, and I'm going to have a wander around, see if I can be successful. Now, more than likely, the southern walls of Worksop Priory here will hold one or perhaps two. I don't know yet until I start looking. But highest numbers on the last few visits to Worksop Priory a few months ago were actually found on the northern wall. And that's the first time ever, because this southern wall has always provided, or traditionally provided, the highest counts that Dilys and I have had here since 2012, when we first discovered it here. Of course, we first found Leiobunum sp.A on a wall of a house on an estate in Worksop back in 2009. It took us a few years before we eventually tracked down further individuals. But it's probably one of our most famous finds, really, to be honest, and it's nice to have a UK first under a belt, so to speak. But since losing Dilys, I've still continued to come here. We came here every year to count Leiobunum sp.A. This year wasn't too bad a year, but there was a big drop off when I last came on the 24th of September, I think it was, with 68 individuals. But as I mentioned, most of them were on the northern side, so there could well be one or two perhaps tucked around the back there in the cracks and crevices of this most beautiful priory. Got one. I was beginning to think I wouldn't get one. And here it is, a December Leiobunum sp.A. Not a common find, and I was beginning to think that I wasn't going to get one. I have actually gone right round the building once, and I was just coming along the southern wall to have another check, and I can't believe that I didn't see this one. It's about 6 feet off the ground, maybe a touch more, tucked in the typical place where I'd expect to find them, in these recesses, and I really can't believe that I missed this one. But I'm glad that I came back for a second look, and it is a male. I can of course tell that this is a mature male. The small size of the body, no white knees, of course, indicates that this is an adult, and they've been adult now for several months. I thought it might be a female that I would find if I was going to find one here. Off this one goes. It's still not settled yet. And this is the exact spot where I found it. They have a fantastic homing instinct. They obviously have these preferred spots. That's what makes them aggregate in the numbers that they do. But even single individuals, exactly the same conditions, are within 6 feet of where this one is. These columns obviously go down to the ground. It could choose anywhere in the same recess, but they always like to be 6 to 7 foot off the ground. So pleased to have found one. I thought that I would get one. And the reason why I thought that is because I've just been to B&Q on Sandy Lane, about maybe a mile from here, and that surprised me there because I found two. One very large and very plump female, and another one which I couldn't determine because I couldn't get close enough to, but I think it was another female but with a smaller body. That led me to come in here because I wasn't going to come here originally until I called in at B&Q and found those two. So I thought maybe there must be one on here, and it's tucked itself back up here again. Of course, it means now that I have to come back around Christmas time or just into the new year to see whether this one, or maybe another one that I haven't found today, has made it over the Christmas period and into 2025. But if I don't, it's rounded the year off quite nicely in terms of Leiobunum species A. It's done really well. New sites for it been found in Nottingham. We've got about 3 or 4 sites in Nottingham now. All is looking well for this species. Brilliant.